took over the presidency of the Icelandic Sleep Research Society, it had actually been dormant for some years. So there had been no activity for some years. And in 2011, we had the Nordic Sleep Society meeting here in Iceland, where all of the Nordic countries and Estonia meet. We meet annually. So we had that meeting in Iceland. And we decided to use that as a kickoff to restart the activities of the societies. So the Icelandic Sleep Research Society has been going strong for the last 10 years. And we actually have per capita, the biggest society in Europe. We like per capita statistics in Iceland. But we actually have well over 100 people who are then a member of the Sleep Research Society. And these are people who are then active in sleep research, sleep medicine, or some aspect of sleep in Iceland.
Been excellent 10 years with Erna as the president, and she has been really uplifting the society, and we've had a lot of activity. So it's a challenge for me to take over now after successful 10 years. But I'm very excited to keep on the good work that has been going on. And I've been the member of the board for all of these 10 years. So it's not new to me, but I'm very excited to continue the good work that Erna has started.
So I think one of the things we have done, which has been a key thing in getting people in Iceland together, that we know what all of us are doing about sleep, and we have the connections between us, is that we have these monthly talks. So we have a lunch talk on a Friday every month during the 9 months of the year, not during summer. And that means that people know what is going on, and so we either have people within the society or we have people who are traveling to Iceland, and we ask them to give a talk. And I think that has been a key factor in having people interested and wanting to be a part of the society. Do you agree, Erla?
Yes, definitely. I think this monthly meeting has been really good just to put us all together as a union who work in sleep research in Iceland. And we really want to continue this good work for the next years. But I think that we also want to put maybe more focus on providing information for the general population. So we've been discussing it with the board, the new board, of maybe having a little bit fewer these meetings for the members of the society, but maybe every other month we would do something for the general population, have some educational lectures online or some kind of sleep awareness in the media and so on. And we are actually doing this now in October, alongside with the University of Reykjavik and Directorate of Health and the primary care, where we're having like a sleep-related month, October. We are having challenges every week that are thought to improve sleep habits. So we have like the first week we had the challenge of regular sleep routine. Then we had screen time. Then there will be exercise, and then caffeine. And alongside, we have a lot of messages on the social media for, education about good sleep habits and so on. And I think it's really important that, of course, that we meet each other and we know what we are doing, but also that we talk to the general population and try to, improve sleep habits of Icelanders.
We have started some, so both Erla and I have been teaching at university level some courses about sleep, both electives, and then I'm actually teaching sports science students a 3-week course on sleep that they have to take. So they actually know more about sleep when they finish their education than any other specialty in Iceland, which is a bit interesting.
Sports science, that's interesting.
Sports scientists, I know. So I think this is possible, but I think what we really do need is, at a European level, we need a syllabus stating what people need to know about sleep in different professions. So, for example, if you become a psychologist or an MD, different types of specialities within then specializing as a doctor, for nutritionists, physiotherapists, etc. We need to know, how much should they learn about sleep and what should they learn, because then it would be easier to go into all of these different universities and say, this is the syllabus, this is the material, and we need to incorporate this. Because we can do this at a more individual level. Erla has been doing a great work, both for teaching the general population and going within university level. And I'm trying to do the same, but we need to do it at a much broader level than 2 persons. So we haven't been as successful as I would have wanted, but I do hope we can continue. And I would really like to do this within the European Sleep Research Society as well.
Yes, I definitely agree with this. It's very important. And I think it's also important to increase education at a younger level, just start in primary school. And this is something that we have been doing in Iceland. We have been providing teaching materials about sleep for teachers that they can use. So we don't have to go like me and Erna and other sleep specialists individually to the schools and give one lecture every year. So they can actually have this as a part of the syllabus, starting with primary school and then high school and then of course the university. So I think it's really important to think about it in this broad perspective.
Erla has been doing a great job in this, going to the schools and making material for the kids in the schools, because we are now, I mean, we're going into adult workplaces and telling people about the half-life of caffeine. And I mean, we could teach this much earlier, and it doesn't have to be by a sleep specialist, this type of talk. We should be doing more specialized things than this. I think this can be taught by the teachers themselves, and they are interested. Most people are getting quite interested in sleep, and the teachers just need material to work with. Erla has been creating this material with her team, and it is now available freely in Icelandic with material for the schools. So she can tell you more.
But yes, we are providing these teaching materials, and we started with the teenagers, since we have a big problem with teenagers, as I guess is everywhere in the world. So we have free material for teachers in that level, and now we're starting with younger kids also. So we want to have it available for all teachers in Iceland.
We have a huge problem with energy drinks in Iceland. It's probably similar elsewhere, but it's been exploding here. So our university and high school kids are drinking energy drinks all day long, and then they are using their screens a lot as well. And this is a lifestyle issue that we need to deal with.
Yes, I think that we can have high hopes for the future. I mean, we're doing great things in Iceland. Erna can tell you about the huge research grant that she just landed, and will change a lot for Icelandic sleep research. And I also think that we can see that the awareness of the general population about the importance of sleep is getting, it has increased a lot over the last years. So I really think that the future is bright for sleep in Iceland.
I definitely agree. We have a lot of good things going on, but we also have a lot of people with sleep problems. So for example, now we advertised we needed volunteers for our Sleep Revolution project. And we needed now about 400 people. And we just put in we had a small newspaper article, and we got over 3,000 people who wanted to join the project. And even the link for signing up wasn't even included in the newspaper. So basically all of our lines were read at the university because people wanted to sign up. So we have so much demand. People want to sleep better. They are not sleeping well enough. And we need to fight this at all levels. So it's everything from the lifestyle issues to teaching people how to cope better with regular sleep and what to do when they sleep poorly, to then dealing better with sleep disorders like sleep apnea. We need quicker and better ways to diagnose, less expensive. So that's one of the things we're doing in Sleep Revolution. And then, for example, for insomnia, we need that people are aware of these online treatment options, cognitive behavioral therapy, such as Erla is doing. And like here in Iceland, we are the Nordic champions of sleep medicine use, which is not a great title to have. We did like our one with being champions of being in the Sleep Research Society more. But so there are, at all levels, we have these issues, and we need more doctors then to get involved as well. We have a great doctor now in charge of the sleep department, but we need more, because the waiting line to get help for clinical help is very long. I think, first of all, we need to be more visible in their programs, because at least in Iceland, they learn for maybe 3 hours in total about sleep in their when you become an MD. And then typically they will specialize in another country, not in Iceland, and they may learn something about sleep, they may not. It depends on where they are studying. So we also need to be more visible within their specialization. So that would be the first thing. But then we are becoming more visible, sleep research in general, all over the world. So hopefully more MDs are realizing this is an important field and want to learn more about it. Yeah. No, that's an excellent point. And we do need material for, if you are, for example, a neurologist, that starts there. And then you read about the diseases that are related to you. And this could be fit very well into syllabus for different specialties, not for them to become a sleep specialist, but for them to know enough about sleep in respect to their education and their patient group that they are seeing. So I think that's our next step. I think that's what we need. One of the things we need to do.
Important that different professions that are working with patients with sleep disorders work together, psychologists and doctors, and that we get some availability to like CPT treatment in the primary care, because that's the place that most patients go when they have sleep problems, and there's nothing there without the medication. So I think this is a challenge that we need to focus on also.
We definitely need to remember that sleep is interdisciplinary. It's both all these different specialists, MD specialists, but then it's also psychologists and biologists like myself. So we have very many different professions working in sleep, and that is the strength of sleep. But it also makes it we need to be very careful to communicate well enough to all of these different professions.